Now, over the past few years, many organizers have come together and dedicated their time to fostering equality in the music industry through the support and advancement of women. In South Africa alone, less than a quarter of the artists on the music charts in 2022 were women. Over the past few years, that number has been stagnant. Now, this morning, we're having a discussion on progress on women in the music industry. And joining us in studio is Lerato Matsoso, from the Composers, Authors and Publishers Association, CAPASO. Good morning, Lerato. Welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk about the representation of women in music generally. What is the status quo at the moment?
Ooh, it's shocking, to say the least, that still at this time, at this stage, we still have little to none women, if I can say that are represented within the entertainment industry.
What is at the root of that problem?
I think it's a lot of things. I think it's historical. I think it also goes back to us women maybe not feeling like we're enough. I remember even my stint as a journalist before joining CAPASO, and engaging. Everyone is just in the background. You have to try thrice as hard, being black and a woman. You constantly have to prove yourself. You're not listened to. You're undermined. You're too emotional. And yeah.
So what do we do to mitigate the situation?
Honestly, it comes from both sides. I feel as much as we can say, oh, the industry is like that, or it's just very patriarchy, it's full of it. But we also need to kind of stand up, and put our hands up to say, hey, I'm here. I mean, I studied just as much as my male counterparts. I did internships. I know what I'm doing. So allow me to do that. But if they don't allow you, then push through, because some of us are here, even though there's just a small margin of us, but many more. We can inspire more to also push through that. But also it goes back to, I guess, the structure as well. For instance, at CAPASO, it's run by 80% of women. We have Mom Yvonne Chaka Chaka, who's our deputy chair. We have Nomsa Mazwai. At our exco level, there's myself, there's Yolebo Petles, there's Tando. And our CEO really just gives us, that opportunity, but also it's on merit. It's not because we're female.
As somebody who's been in the media industry before, what role do we play as the media in changing the narrative?
Ooh, we definitely also are to blame, but also we have to remember that even in the media, the structure's still the same. So even if we can push that, historically still in media it's full of men, it's full of males, so we need to push through. We have very less entertainment editors that are female, news editors that are female. Entertainment, you'll find women because it's the entertainment space. Lifestyle, you find women, but in the more serious seats, it's very, very little.
And organizations like Samro, what role do they play in that, in changing the narrative?
I think, like I'm saying, I'll speak for myself as CAPASO, internally it starts there. So I joined CAPASO and I was welcomed there because I love that. Like I said, we have about 80% of women running it. We are sitting at seats, we are engaging, and we are allowed to express ourselves because of merit. But still, the music industry in itself, even our members, we have a lot of male members versus, female. But it's just the structure. There's more male performers. There are more male creatives. There are more male producers than females. But honestly, I feel it's time now to take up that space, as Zosie had said. But we can't keep shielding or being shy. You really need to, go hard and put your hand up. And the doors are open.
And even the musicians, are they willing to push through that too? Because it's one thing for the media to say something, is one, radio airplay is another thing. But if you are not pushing as the musician, then we really can't help.
Definitely, it goes back to what I was saying, to say that, yes, even though that structure is there and we're not happy, but what are you doing about it? Push through, fight, and, get there on merit. If you're talented, if you are skilled, you definitely can do it.
And how much of our artists know the the industry outside of just their talent, because just performing, because I find a lot of artists would then be, it's just my talent and that's what's supposed to carry me, you know what I mean? They interviews, they don't know that you have to show up for interviews, even the ones that at that ungodly hour, even the newspaper interviews that I have to do because, well, it's outside of my schedule. Do they know that generally from your experience?
Definitely. What I can tell you is I always say that creatives or creators are that. And they don't like the admin. I don't know why, but at the same time we want the music industry or the entertainment industry to be treated as a business. But if you as an artist or a creator don't do that, it's a problem. Same with some of the issues that we have at Capasso, because we collect and we distribute mechanical rights royalties. You're like, I literally have your royalties. I've collected them. All you have to do is become a member, notify, and we will release. We have 4 distributions a year. They don't do that. It's a problem. You're literally chasing someone to say, please get your money. Let us assist you, because we are there to do that. We're collecting for you, and to teach and to educate that being a performer is not the end all and be all. There's a whole industry in the background. There's your SAMROs, your SAMPRAs that also collect needle time and performance rights as well. So you literally can make a living, even for us, because we focus on composers and authors, which is like songwriting and producers. We don't collect for performers. So we collect for composers, authors, and publishers. So you can have a career and make a living in songwriting. You don't have to be famous like that to do it. And do they know of the existence of a Capasso to begin with? I suppose my question then becomes, what is the work of Capasso in the bigger space of creatives? Definitely, which is what we try push. I mean, even coming on such platforms, even for our members, we will have like workshops, but now in turn we would have issues with attendance, because I want to be in studio. I don't want to listen to what you have to say, but at the same time I need that money. But there's processes. All I can say is in being given that space to educate, in collaborating with other platforms, because like I'm saying, where we collect, it's literally on for digital, on the digital space. Even on TV, if digital platforms, where you can stream and download music legally, which is what we're always fighting, to put down these illegal sites, because you are not just hurting the performer, but especially the composer and the author and publisher that we collect for, because that is a means of them to earn a living and to make money. It's a legacy, it's lifetime. You can live off royalties. All right, Lerato, thank you so much for talking to us. Lerato Matsoso from Composers, Authors and Publishers Association, Capasso, helping us zoom into women in the music industry. Quick ad break. We're back after this. Stay with us.